Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a little minute, but I was taking a well-deserved break from YouTube and a well-needed break from YouTube from editing. But in this video we're gonna be talking about 2024. I'm gonna be doing a little reflection on 2024, the year that was, and just how the Lord moved in my life, the spiritual lessons that I learned, and all of that. So if you are interested in that, stick around for the rest of the video. I'm going to be doing the reflection based on the first 6 months of 2024 and the second half of 2024. So for the first 6 months, which would be from January to June, before I get there though, you know how everybody has a word that they would use to describe their year, or at the beginning of the year everybody would have a word that they would say, okay, this is the year of consistency, this is the year of this is the year of that. In hindsight, and I've been reflecting on 2024 from my birthday, because I have this thing where, because my birthday is in November, I literally start my new year in November. So everything that I would want to do in the new year, I started from November, because it's a new year for me. In November, when I was reflecting on the year, the first thing that came to my mind was, this is definitely my year of stretching. So if I was to give my 2024 a theme, like the theme of my life for 2024 was the stretching. People, it was the most challenging year. When I say easily the most challenging year of my life, 2024 was the hardest, most challenging year of my life. Easily. There is no other year I can literally sit back and be like, okay, maybe this year come close, maybe that year come close. No. 2024, it take the cake, it take the oven, it take the knife, it take everything. 2024 was my year of stretching. That was me. For real. Like, I'm not gonna come here and be like, oh, it was so challenging, but I made it through. I mean, I'm going to eventually say that because I'm still alive, but we are gonna be real people. It was so hard. It was very hard. But I see where the Lord was faithful every single time, every single challenge, every single time when I felt like I was gonna die. I clearly did not die, because I'm here, But that's literally how it felt. Especially the first month of the year. So in January last year, I would have gotten back my results from my test, from my research proposal rather, and I failed. So for those who don't know, which is possibly, if you're new to the channel you wouldn't know, but I was doing my master's in business psychology. I failed my research proposal, I think by maybe 2%. And this was in January. When I said January, I mean like the first week of January. Like the new year just start. Like the new year is still fresh in the pack. Like we just unwrap the new year, and that's the news that I got. Like, you failed. No, for me, I don't process things immediately as they happen. So I was like, I failed. And the thing about it is that leading up to this course, I didn't fail anything. I passed all my other courses with flying colors, okay? Flying colors, like zoops. This specific course was marked harder than any other course, and it was essentially the most important course leading up to my final course, because without passing this one, you cannot do your dissertation. So you need to pass your research proposal in order to do your dissertation. So with me failing my dissertation, with me failing my with me failing my research proposal, it would mean two things. One, I wouldn't be able to transition into the next cohort of doing the research dissertation. And two, not being able to go into the next cohort would mean that I would not necessarily finish school in 2024. So it was a lot for me to process, but I still wasn't processing it immediately. And what was happening at the time was that I really got discouraged. Like, I was crying, I couldn't pray, like it was scenes, okay? Scenes. But then the Lord would have sent one of my friends to pray over me and prophesy into my life. Big up yourself, friend. Anyway, you're there. Big up yourself. But the next thing that I learned in the first 6 months of 2024 is that you need praying friends. Because the timing of that prayer was literally crucial to me moving into the next months, right? Because I'm not saying that this prayer was the main reason why I felt better, or I'm not idolizing the prayer nor the person, but the Lord definitely placed people in your life to help you with certain seasons that you're in, right? And for me, at that time, that was the person sent to help me. And trust me, I needed that help. So after that, I regained back some confidence. I was praying more. I was getting closer to the Lord, all of that. So during that time, I was like, okay, I need more people that are of the same mindset as me. So that's when I started to join Godly Community. So this was around February, ending March, somewhere there. I joined some online communities. I spoke about this already. I joined JGL at the end of February going into March. And in January, I would have joined a prayer and fasting ministry. So the first 3 months of the new year, I would have sought a Godly Community, and I got Godly Community. You know, the Bible says, seek and you shall find. Yeah, you have to be intentional about knowing the season that you're in and what is required for that season. I knew that I needed Godly Community at that point. I need people who would have like held me accountable, and I needed people that would motivate me to do the things of God. And I got that from the Godly Community, the Godly communities that I joined. Cool, great, fine. Moving on from there, honestly, guys, it was just hit after hit after hit for me, and not in the positive way. So April, I had some issues with my apartment. I moved twice in 1 year. And remember, I am not in my home country. I am in a strange land, and the Chinese that I know, it's very minimal. My Chinese is very small. So having to navigate failing, moving twice in 1 year, I had things that were going on with some of my friends, and for me, whenever my friends are going through something, I kind of go through it as well. So it's just like this back to back to back to back. Like, I was like, okay, God. I was like, Lord, Lord. All right, what are we doing? What are we really doing? Because I feel like I'm gonna die. Hey! No, like literally, like I was like, Lord, I feel like I'm going to die. But you know, the Lord was always there and reassuring me that, no, you're not gonna die. You're being a little bit dramatic. I am here with you. And I agree. I might have been a little bit dramatic, but I am not going to downplay what I went through last year, because the average person, And that's something that I also realized, and what my community pointed out to me, that a lot of things that I go through and I withstand by myself, a lot of people by myself, because I have the Holy Spirit, especially here. In this country, a lot of things that I go through here, a lot of people would never survive it. And for me, it just goes to show how the Lord has my back. And that song by Victoria Orenzi, I had that song on replay, I think, for March, April, May, those 3 months, because really, like, I literally felt like the Lord was literally standing behind me in all of this. Like, it didn't matter the blows that were coming from the enemy. Like, I felt like God is right here. He is here, right here, okay? And that gave me some sort of assurance that song really ministered to me, like insanely ministered to me for those 3 months. And then, so the whole apartment thing that happened in April. In May was a very crucial month last year, because May was when I started my YouTube channel. So this May coming is gonna be 1 year. May was the month, the ending of April actually into May was somewhat of a spiritual turning point for me, because I realized that there were things that the Lord was calling me to do that I was either ignoring or I just flat out did not want to do. So I was like, all right, we have to start listening. And believe me when I say, in May, everything changed spiritually. And to be very honest, things were changing from about February. But in May, there was like this literal flip in May. And I was like, okay, Lord, I see what you're doing. And it was almost as if I knew that the Lord had my back. But after the month of May, I literally saw it every single month after that. So I am here to attest to the Lord fighting for his children, 1, being there for his children, 2, like, I'm telling you guys, you just really need to trust the Lord and spend time in his presence. And I know it's easier said than done, but some things we have to sacrifice, right? So let's skip to the next 6 months. We're going from July to December. So in June, I randomly got an email to say that I would be able to resubmit my assignment. Long story short, people, I did not send no email. I did not apply to do any resubmission, because I was told that I might have to just resit the entire course. So I was just praying that I would be given a chance to resubmit my assignment, because with resubmitting my assignment, what would happen is that I would be able to finish this year. And that's what happened. I was given the opportunity to resubmit my assignment. I passed, and I started my dissertation course, and I finished my dissertation in November. The Lord hears the cries of his people, because, as I said, I did not apply for anything. Nothing. I didn't apply. And in that moment, that specific experience concretized my knowledge of the Lord. So you know how people be like, you have to know God for yourself, you have to test God for yourself. that moment, yeah, for sure, that moment I knew who the Lord was in my life. Not that I didn't know before. Not that I didn't know before, but I knew him as Elroy in that moment, the God that sees me. Zine? So, and now I'm talking about this, it's like it's literally surreal because I can't believe that I still cannot believe all of this. I did a graduation photo shoot, everything, and I'm still in a little bit of shock. But that is the God that we serve. That is the God that I serve. You know? So the last 6 months was really me focusing on my dissertation, and I started a new job that is because at the time of me recording this video, we're about to go on holiday because it's the Chinese New Year. So I have 2 more days. So I need to still say that is very physically demanding on me because I'm teaching kids now. I'm teaching babies now. So the oldest child that I teach is maybe 5 years old. So you can imagine the whole physicality of this job, right? So doing my dissertation whilst doing this, it was so hard. The month of October was literally so hard for me because my dissertation was due the first week of November. So October was the month where I had to hit the ground running in the month of October. And then November, I got my results. I literally got my results the day before my birthday. It was released on the 19th of November. My birthday was the 20th, and I checked it the 21st. So even that in and of itself just shows how great God is, because I literally got a birthday present. I got a birthday present with me getting my result on that day that I passed. And then, as I said at the beginning of the video, after my birthday, I really just sat down and I was just reflecting on how hard 2024 was. Like, the stretching, I'm telling you, 2024 was the stretching for me. Absolutely. So my next video, I'm going to be talking about the habits that we are going to take with us into 2025 and the ones that we're not taking with us in 2025. So I hope that you enjoyed this little synopsis of my life. I think I will include some clips here and there in the video so that you can have like some things to watch in the different months of 2024, the things that I did and all of that. So see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.